Take a second, take a listen. Oh yeah. Think the same, but we so different. Oh yeah. Just hear me out. You about to get a little one. You about to get a little.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of ALilRandRPodcast.
It's your boy Ramont, and that's Jelly Bean.
Not no fucking Jelly Bean. It's Reese.
Jelly Bean.
We're coming to you from an undisclosed location in the DMV area. It's a beautiful day. Is the light hitting or no?
The lights, it's hitting.
It's hitting. So it's a beautiful day, as you guys can probably tell. It's hot as I don't know what outside. I believe it's in the 90s or the 100s. It's been very uncomfortable. I've been very in the house because I don't like the heat. Not excited about it. Not interested in it. But we're here with another episode. Episode 55.
Oh, it is? Wow.
55. When I saw, I was like, dang. We've been doing this for a minute.
And we keep on doing it.
Keep on and keeping on.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Ain't gonna stop. How are you, Ramont?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm well. I can't talk today.
You can't. Is it the drink? Like I cut you off again?
No, I haven't even really. You've drank more than I have.
Don't. When I bring something to you.
Anyway, so what's been going on, friend? What's been going on?
For me, nothing much. Working, chilling, finding time to hang out, do things. What? So,
Are you going to tell us about some of these things, or are you just working chill?
Everything's a secret.
Okay.
So I'm just joking. Two things with the current climate of the United States. One, gas.
Is it going back up?
I heard it's been going down.
It has been.
However, ... So you remember when I told you, like, I think in the beginning of gas prices going up when the thing didn't click and it overflowed out my car and I ended up paying $90. So the other day, D took my car. He was like, I'm going to take your car. I was like, okay, whatever. Ain't thinking nothing of it. I only had like a quarter tank of gas. And he got back in. He was so mad.
Why?
Because I guess he probably thought I had more gas than... Because I don't really go nowhere, so he probably thought I had more gas, and he got
been
in my
keeping
car.
you locked up. He's like, you ain't going nowhere.
Was this a safe place?
Right. Blink twice if you in trouble, friend. We'll hang it up.
So he came back and was like, I had to put gas in your damn car, like real bad. I was like, what you want me to say? Like,
right.
I forgot.
You wanted to take it?
Right. Like, my bad. But I think they're going back down. I don't know. I guess it all depends on where you may go for gas, but gas isn't lasting as long as it used to. And like
I feel the same way.
It's really not. Like it's
but
going
you know
up.
why? I think for me, I thought about it, and I don't know if this is one of those things that's just a myth, but I heard that when you blow your AC, it takes up your gas.
I don't think so.
Okay, but that's the only thing I can think of because I do blast my fucking AC, my freaking AC.
But I don't go out as much as you do, as far as like a Monday through Friday basis, and
Clean it up. Clean it up.
We've already discussed what
Clean
you
it
do,
up.
friend.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't need to clean
I'll
it
be
up.
in the house.
I said what I said.
I'll be in the house.
And I still feel as if my gas like goes pretty fast, in my opinion. What else? Monkeypox.
Every time you say that word.
What, monkeypox?
Monkey.
What? Am I saying it wrong?
No, it's just the way that you say. I think it's maybe your accent.
So how am I supposed to say it, teacher?
I don't know.
So how do you say it?
Monkey.
Monkey?
No. You say monkey. I say monkey.
Oh, say monkey. Monkey.
You pronounce. Well, I guess you do pronounce the O. Monkey.
Monkey, yeah.
It's monkey. I learned monkey. But every time you say it, I'll be like, monkey? Okay.
I pronounce it O.
You do. Absolutely.
First and foremost, it's real. Let's start there.
Yes.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's not fake. And because I feel as if some people think it's not real, or I don't have nothing to worry about type of situation. Y'all thought that same shit with COVID. And look what the fuck happened. I mean, granted, I don't mind being shut back down. At all. But like at the same thing with COVID, I have to be mindful of what I'm doing, who I'm hugging,
who you're doing it with,
like who's around and everything like that. Because not only me, then I got to worry about D. He has to go to work. Like it's a chain reaction of people that it could affect, all because I was careless or whatever the case may be. So like, if a person does not want to hug you, respect. Period.
Why do you say that?
Because someone got mad because I want to hug them. And I did not understand it, because it was just like, hey, and I was like, hey, but whoa, like, because they went in for, I was like, no, I said, I don't want to hug right now. I was like, they were like, oh, I don't get a hug. I said, no, like, it's monkeypox, so like, I don't want to. They was like, well, did you get the vaccine? I was like, no, not yet. It's like, like, bitch, first of all, appointments are rarely there for the DMV area.
They're just coming out,
Yeah, they're just coming out. So like, don't. Oh my God.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm irritated by the whole thing. Like that's like, it's just
that was just and that was a very judgmental.
It was, but it didn't do
gesture.
anything for me as if like I'm beneath you, like I don't have it. Like it's not like a COVID vaccine or a flu vaccine type of situation. Like, I'm on the waiting list, or I have my appointment just like everyone else is waiting to get theirs. Like,
Or should be.
And my thing is, like, if that's the case, but I didn't see you hug about 10 people since you walked through the door.
And you gonna have monkeypox.
Period.
I keep saying the B word.
It's your favorite word. That's all that's like really been going on with me. I really don't be doing nothing.
Really?
When I'm with y'all, I do stuff, but that's about it.
We celebrated Leo season with our Leo friend.
We did. We had a good ass time.
A very small, intimate crowd, but very good times.
You want to do it again?
Yeah, I would do it again. I had fun.
Yeah, it was real fun.
We can talk about the panel that we were on.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, wait, I'm not done.
Oh, my bad.
Can you grab my bag? The big one, not the little one.
Why you always want me to get up?
Because it's always on your side.
I'm so loud. This the bag people that I be telling him that I want, then he won't give me. Can I have some of your napkin?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask before I just.
I thought I got you. Well, one of them is mine, but yes.
It's a good picture. So when I saw this, I was like, what would the caption read?
Baby. It could be a lot of things.
I don't even know how to censor this to show them. So Ramont blew us up.
I guess you would just have to post a picture on like our social media or something.
Yeah, we can do that. So y'all can see it, and if you can't, you'll see it. Anyway, so we went. Are you done? Or is
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
So this is the segue. Segue. All right. So our buddy Eric Darnell, who goes by Easy Said, Easy Done, he invited us to be on the panel of this event, a reoccurring event that he's been doing for a few years called the Heartbreak Hotel.
Yep.
So I wrote some things down because I wanted to make sure that I spoke on them correctly. So don't judge me.
He's about to read, y'all.
Yeah, about to read. So Heartbreak Hotel is a safe space where we tackle the challenging highs and lows of love, sex, and relationships. And so I think he never really directly told us why he asked us, but I would assume because based on the podcast, we talk about all of these things, he felt like we would be a great addition. And I truly, truly, truly enjoyed myself.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was an event put on by himself. So Easy Said, Easy Done, in collaboration with Project Briggs Incorporated. Now, I don't know if it was Project Briggs Incorporated in conjunction or in who
featured who?
Right. But they together. So And Project Briggs Incorporated is a group that their focus is supporting urban projects, cultural event activities for diverse communities with collaborative partnerships through outreach. So I'll put all of that stuff in the description just so you guys can go check them out. But very, very dope event. The conversation was good. I felt like it was an episode of the podcast with just more people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was really cool. Yeah, it was cool. And it got intense. And I can appreciate that.
I noticed that in large group settings, I don't participate as much.
I realized that I was told more than once that my face was saying more than I was. Because
that's always the case.
And I don't really realize that.
Well, you can't see your face.
Yeah. Right. But in some pictures, I could tell. I was like, ooh. But what I can appreciate is that there was the crowd was diverse, and there was the opinions and the thoughts and everything were really... Everybody was passionate about what they were talking about.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely appreciated that. It was definitely
some gems dropped. For me, like, I just sat there and just, like, listened to what everybody else was saying versus speaking. And I don't know why it is, but I didn't. I was just like, okay, like, I'm just listening, and everyone is just going around the room and giving their input. But I'm also the type where I don't want to repeat what someone else has already said.
Right.
And I'm trying to, being that it was like, you over here, then you, and then like you over here, and then you over here, it was just like, wait, I got to collect a piece from everybody to like summarize it in my head, to like formulate my thought. Like it was that. So it was like,
it was a lot.
Until Art, it was like, Ramon, what do you think? I was like, wait, you talked to me. Because I was still processing.
What do I think about?
Right.
What?
Right.
What
part? The whole thing? Right. Or just like, so I had to like process everything. And he just quoted me right there. And I was like, oh shit, you just said my name.
Yeah. No, and I get it because like you said, there was so much going on and so many different thoughts and opinions being thrown out. It was like, while one person is talking, I'm formulating not necessarily a response, but my thought on what they're saying. Right, and then someone else says something. I'm like, ooh, now I'm over here. And I'm like, wait, what was I going to say about that? So yeah, but it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I appreciate the invite. And I feel like because I know that they're going to do it again. When Eric does it again, even if we're not on the panel, I will definitely show up and support. Also, I want to shout out because we really enjoyed, I know that, we both did because I know I did. But the food, so they had a caterer.
Oh, yeah, the food was good.
It was D&T Comfort Cuisine. And when I tell you, they had bacon wrapped scallops. Now, I'm not even a huge scallop person. Scallops are kind of weird in texture for me.
You have to cook it the right way.
Exactly. So what I can tell you is D&T, what is it? Comfort Cuisine. D&T Comfort Cuisine did their thing with these bacon wrapped scallops. They were freaking amazing. And I think that anything wrapped in bacon, I don't want the soggy bacon because I feel like it's not done, right? Mm-hmm. The pieces that I had were crispy. They were delicious. Oh my. And then the chicken was really, so not every time, but when I go to places and I don't know who cooked, I'm always like, is it going to be good? And chicken, I'm always assuming that it's going to be dry. Mm-hmm. So if I get it, I'm going to get a little bit. So I got a little bit and I was like, oh, it's juicy. And then they had a little sauce on top and then they had some rice up underneath.
You hungry, friend?
I'm getting hungry. Yeah.
The way you describe it.
Because it was really, really good. Like, I'm not gassing it. It was really good. And then the salad was good because that was the thing when we sat down, I'm trying to think, do I pay attention to how you eat? I really don't. But I noticed that you had a lot of salad that night. Like you had not being shady. I mean, you had a little bit of everything, but you had a lot of salad. Uh-huh. And I was like, I didn't know he liked salad like that. But the one thing that you said was like, oh my God, this salad dressing is really good. So all that to say, we really enjoyed their food.
Similar to your thought process, I feel like the salad would have been on the safest side of something to eat.
Right.
So that's why. Yeah. That's why you saw more of that than anything else. Because like, okay, if I don't like this, I can
eat the salad. Right. But it was all good. So I looked them up, but I follow them now on social media. So they said that they specialize in preparing food menu items to your specifications for any event. We make every occasion a great one. I will say that I had a really good time. The food was really good. I would definitely look to them if I was having an event. So I'll put their information in the description below as well.
And we'll work on your facial expressions off camera.
Absolutely. I try to do that at work, actually. Speaking of, facial expressions, I noticed that, I did.
Past tense, or you're doing it now?
Well, I'm not doing it in this moment, but I do it. So I do some acting. Some projects came out. So The Realness Behind the Crown is out. The whole 7 or 8 episodes, and 4-part reunion are out on YouTube. I'll put the description below. I noticed,
you got a lot to put in the description.
Right. Yeah. So what I will tell you guys, a little insider, it's a scripted reality series, right? Mm-hmm. The only unscripted part is the reunion. The reunion is completely unscripted. So what I noticed is I do have a resting bitch face. Mm-hmm. And I noticed it while watching the reunion.
Oh, when you watch yourself.
I was like, So I encourage you guys to I encourage you guys to go to YouTube, check it out. The description will be below. Check it out. Let me know your thoughts. And check out my resting bitch face. I was about to say, why are there 3 cups? Now I remember. I was like, wait, why are there so many? So that's the church announcements that I have for today.
Oh, I really thought you had so much more.
I mean, this was all one thing. Oh, so we were at an event on Sunday.
Who? Me and you?
We were at an event on Sunday.
I don't know.
And one of our faithful listeners, remember we had the conversation about introvert, extrovert?
Right, because I'm an introvert and you're an extrovert.
Well, I'm both. So I'm an ambivert. He gave me the word. He let me know what it was. And so
Did you look it up?
I absolutely did.
Okay.
For those people that need a definition, a person whose personality has a balance of extrovert and introvert features.
And they just called it ambivert.
Ambivert. A-M-B-I-V-E-R-T. Ambivert.
Say it again.
Ambivert. Because you tried it. Because you tried it.
I don't think that's it. Spell it. A-M-B-I.
B-E-R-T.
B-E-R-T.
It's right here.
That's not what I said.
You want to what?
I want to what?
What did you... What are you doing? This is a really good picture. I like it. I don't want it in the shot.
Ambivert.
Oh, you wanted to see if I said it right?
Yeah. Because how you, it just didn't...
You wanted to see if I said it right.
I did. I don't think it's something real. I don't care. You and Amber. I don't think it's real.
My sister's a fighter. You know that, right? She fight anybody.
You want to be your sister. If you want to be your sister, just say that. If you want to be Amber, just say that.
So now I want to be a whole woman?
Yes. Your mother had Amber and then Ambivert.
Well, I would have came first. So
okay, that's fine. Ambivert and then Amber. Whatever order y'all want to put them in. Well, technically, if you become Ambivert, you came second.
thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Little R&R Podcast. Somebody said our episode should be 30 minutes. Did we make 30 minutes? Not quite. We're a little short. It's okay. We're done for today because you're going to keep trying and I'm going to get mad. Out of here.
I always see how you want to attack me for today.
I'm attacking you.
Reese, you have attacked me for the past few episodes. On how I talk.
Sir.
You just said I can't pronounce monkeypox like you, so
It's not like me. It's just different.
Because you learned with a U instead of an O.
But I've never heard anybody say monkey. Until now.
Did you ever call somebody a monkey?
No.
Maybe that's why.
No.
Maybe you called them one, you could have put more emphasis on the O.
It's a monkey, not monkey.
Okay.
I'm gonna call my do I know anybody from Baltimore?
We're gonna ask our other two people.
Who?
We'll ask Tonio. See what he said.
Okay. It's probably not gonna be monkey.
It ain't gonna be neither one of them. It's gonna be something. We're gonna have a third way to say it.
Right. It's gonna be a couple extra syllables. Okay. So, is that all we have? Wait.
I think that's all we had.
Is that all I had?
Oh my God, that's so nice.
Yes, that is all that I had.
Let me check my notes. Let me make
for
sure.
now. Ooh. I do have a lot to put in the description.
You do. You're gonna be clickety clacking.
It's okay. It's all good stuff. People, check it out.
Oh, I went to like a happy hour or whatever, and I put in here like bad service. Don't be rude to your servers, which we all hate.
Are you talking about your experience or no?
Oh, you can't be rude to me.
No. I'm saying so I had, what was it, Monday? Sometime last week I had gone to this place called The Spot. It's a new place. I think I kind of told you about it. It's a spot. It's kind of like I think of it like a mall food court, but it's not a mall. It's
okay.
It's in a shopping center, if you will. So I go in. I'm standing at the counter. I'm on the phone on my AirPod, but I'm standing at the counter. So the guy comes and he's putting together an order. A guy comes behind me and stands behind me. He gave me 6 feet, so he was behind me. So the gentleman says, hey, order number 14. And I was like, well, I'm not 14. So the guy, he said, are you 14? And so the guy stepped up and he was like, are you 14? And he was like, no. He was like, I haven't even ordered yet. And he was like, oh, okay, who's 14? So the 14 came and got their stuff. So now it's me at the register. The guy is standing like, he's not back here anymore. He's like here, but over here. So the guy comes back and he's like, can I take your order? To the guy. So I was like, now I know my black self has been standing here the whole time. So I immediately, when I have an attitude, I walk away because I feel like that's the best thing you can do in that moment. But then something said, no, you need to know that I realized that you just tried you tried to play me. So I go back and I said, did you not see me standing in line? He was like, you were on the phone. I said, I don't care if I was on the phone. Like, I wasn't on the phone like I'm on the phone. I had my AirPod in. So with my AirPod in, I don't care.
Were you holding a conversation?
I was talking, but I wasn't in depth. I don't care. To me, I don't care if I was in conversation or not. I'm standing at the register. So at the point where I'm standing at the register, you could have said, hey, did you need some help? Do you need to order something? Acknowledge my presence, right? So he said, I thought you were on the phone. I said, I was on the phone. I said, but that does not negate the fact that I was standing at the register. Well, I didn't know.
Oh.
Well, you should have asked. And so then he said, I said, you should have asked. And he said, well, I'm sorry. Okay.
I would have knocked all that shit off.
So I go to my car, and I was like, no,
But not you went out and then you went back in.
Sure did. I said, where is the manager? Who runs this? Because I had met them before because when they first opened, me and my coworker had gone and had lunch. And so we had talked. They were like, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Because we had ordered a little bit of everything from each of the vendors or whatever, or the restaurants, whatever you want to call them. So we had conversation with them. And so I was like, okay, they're cool or whatever. I said, where's the manager? The guy was like, oh, they're not here. I'm the brother-in-law. And I was like, okay. So I explained everything to him. And and this irked me too. He said, well, do you want a free meal? I said, no, I don't want a free meal. I want good customer service. That's what I want. And that's what I did not get. So no, I don't want anything from them. So he was like, well, let you talk to the manager of that restaurant. So he came over. I explained the story to him.
Why
Right.
so many people?
Right. A lot. So I explained the story. So did you want a free meal? And I'm like, is this what y'all think? Like, people just want a free meal?
I'll wait for you to be. I'll wait for you.
That's it. And I was like, so I can't frequent them no more. I can't.
So
no more anymore. Sorry.
Devil's advocate. I can see how the young guy or whomever Sorry. Said that you were on your phone and he did not want to
interrupt my conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm.
Because just because it was you have to. You'll see it in a lot of businesses, carryouts, fast food, whatever the place may be. They'll say if you're on your phone, we're not going to take your order, or please get off your phone, or on phone no service, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. Because granted, you are a little bit different where you've been like, hey, let me call you back. He's taking my order right now. Where other people are like, oh no, like I'm on the phone. Give me a second, or yeah, girl, I'm here. I sent you the menu.
Right.
What do you mean, ma'am? Can I help you? Give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, cause I said, what do you want? Cause you holding up the light. You got all these people behind me. So
you're a hood rat in real life, aren't you?
No, cause this is shit I've seen.
I can tell.
This is shit I've seen, and it irritates me. Like you ever see you ever pull up to Chick-fil-A? This damn menu ain't changed.
Oh, how they? Well,
and how can I help you? Give me a second, babe. What do you want, ma'am? You've been in this line as long as I have.
Agreed.
This I don't understand what the hold up. So, granted, his approach, he was probably younger, so he doesn't know how to talk to you. There's no customer service training there, so therefore the conversation could have went a little bit differently itself. But that's why he was like, "Oh, you were on your phone," which he knew, which is why he went around you. Maybe if the clientele that came in there was a little bit different. Mm-hmm. If them being on the phone, he probably wouldn't have had that type of situation. Because I personally, even with you dealing with your clients or customers, if they walk up on your phone, on their phone talking, you're going to be like, so you talking to me or you talking to them? What do you, who are you talking to? Who do
I
you...
get it, but at the same time, I just feel
like...
For me being at the register...
Doesn't matter.
To you... For me being at the register, I'm ready to place an order. I'm not just standing here just to be standing here. I'm not standing here looking at the menu. I'm not standing here just to be on the phone.
I apologize that everyone in the world is not like you and thinks
I'm not
like
saying.
you.
Well, that's fine.
Because that's what it boils down
I
to.
needed for customer service was, hey, did you want to place the order? Acknowledge.
If 5 people came in there on their phone today, and every 4 out of the 5, you'll be the exception, has given me the ass to kiss or told me, wait a minute, while they finish talking to the person on the phone. Unfortunately, by the time you get there, I'm done asking people that walk up to the register.
Then you probably need a different job.
I don't need a different job.
You do, because you're not a customer service.
You need to get off your phone when you walk into an establishment to place an order.
No.
That's
I don't
rude.
agree with
I
that.
feel as if you were rude.
Okay, well, you can feel that way. What I feel like
I'm going to go to the spot.
Go.
Give me your card. Give me your card. I'm paying with your money.
Stop.
I'm paying with your money. This is because my friend was rude to you. Matter of fact, you're gonna go with me. I'm gonna treat you like you gonna with me. Excuse me, was this him? Mm-hmm. Give him pay for the food.
No, because I feel like, again, I was at the register. So me being at the register, that was me letting you know that I'm here for your attention, your business.
Absolutely no. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you.
You can.
Now.
That's fine.
I think I've worked more service than you, so that's why I have to disagree.
You what?
I worked in more service industries than you, so I have to disagree. Do you think so? Absolutely.
How?
Absolutely. I do it now. What do you mean how?
So do I.
When?
I've been doing what I'm doing for 22 years.
No. With the general public. I've worked in fast food restaurants.
So have I.
You know, I'm not going to shade you now. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say.
It's a long time ago. I don't get. It's the same. Customers are customers.
They didn't have cell phones back then. See, I knew you was going to bring it out of me. I knew you was going to do it.
Very well.
But
that's fine.
I get both sides. At the end of the day, I do. The exchange could have went a little bit differently. Unfortunately, I have to side with the person at the counter. With them offering you a free meal, again, 4 out of 5 clientele, that's probably all they ever want at the end of the day. So that was their resolution. And again, I know you're different. I know what type of person you are. You're like, no, I just want good customer service. But at the end of the day, it's just like it already happened. So what you want to do about it, Candy?
No,
you want to argue about it because it ain't changing over here. You gonna get this free meal or you not? Like, what you want to do?
I'm actually shocked that you side on the part of someone being since you're new age customer service, someone being at the register. Again, I wasn't on my phone. I had an earpiece in my ear.
But I asked you that.
What, you asked
I
me
said,
what?
were you on the phone? Were you holding a conversation?
I had an earpiece in my ear. I had my AirPod in my ear. I am talking, but I'm not. Again, to me, if someone is in front of me, I'm gonna say, "Hey, are you ready?"
So at what point do you give me your undivided attention?
That's
You walked into here.
Exactly. So if I walk in, right,
and you're on your phone,
if I walk into your establishment,
you're not ready to.
You're not greeting. You're not greeting who comes to your register.
You're not ready for me.
You're not greeting who comes to your register.
Did he look at you?
Is that a greeting?
You were on your phone.
Boy, okay. Next topic.
If you're ready, present being ready. Present being ready. You came in on your phone.
I'm at the register.
So if I would have said, "Hi, are you ready?" No, Don't you see me on the phone?
No.
Don't you see me on the phone?
No.
So I'm not. That's what I'm saying. So it's not just you.
What I'm saying is, I can't speak for anybody else but me. So at the point where I come into an establishment, if I'm standing back. Now, if I'm looking at the menu or I'm taking a moment to have a conversation, I'm like, "Ooh, Ramont, what do you want?" I'm looking at the menu. I still have an expectation that someone say, "Hey, I'm walking in. You are to greet me as a customer." When you walk in somewhere, "Hello, welcome to. Hey, how are you doing? If you need any help, let me know." Something. None of that was displayed until you were trying to figure out whose order was number 14. That's when are you 14? So it was okay to ask me if I was 14 because I was on the phone. Mm-hmm. And then you go behind me and ask me if he's 14. No, he's not. So you find 14, but you don't come back to me. You go back to the second person that you asked. To me, that was rude. It was not appropriate. Bad customer service.
Don't
and
come
I think
in on
that
your
you're
phone
a
no
shitty person for thinking that he was a good person.
I'll be shitty today, bitch.
Okay,
That's fine. That's fine. Don't come in on your phone.
Next topic, please.
Don't come in on your phone. Get off your phone.
Next topic,
you come into a place to place an order, but you want to talk on the phone. You couldn't call them back? Oh, so you get to sit here and cuss me out and I can't say nothing back?
I didn't cuss you out.
Child, I'm a shitty person?
You are.
We're at our 30-minute mark. Go ahead and end the podcast.
Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of A Little R&R Podcast. We'll be back, maybe. And if we're not, you know why? Because we got shitty people on the podcast.
I'm going to just go record with a young man that don't want to speak to you.
I bet you won't. Who
gonna stop me?
I bet
Who gonna stop me?
Let me tell y'all something. Right now. I don't care what happens between now and whenever. If A Little R&R Podcast ever disbands and it rebands without this duo. So if you see him and someone else, know that there's going to be smoke.
What you gonna do to me?
I'm not going to do nothing to you.
What are you gonna do?
Try it. Try me.
Let me find another R.
I bet you won't.
With that first name really begin with a R. We done? This was a good catch up.
I'm finished. What's up?
Oh, so you don't want to go into the topic now?
Go ahead.
I don't know what it is.
Oh. So you need me.
That's what friends are for.
So how did I... Let me see. Because every now and then... So we're talking today about limits. Mm-hmm. Knowing your limits. Mm-hmm. With regard to... and I think that knowing your limits is... It crosses so many different places, right?
Yes, it does.
So it's knowing your limits with drinking. It's knowing your limits with your friends. It's knowing your limits with what you can do at work.
When to hold them, when to fold them.
Exactly. So it's just, I think that there are times in life where individuals need to know their limits. And
go ahead.
If they extend beyond them, I think it's important for the people in their lives, the people that care about them, to let them know hey, you've reached this limit. You need
in
to.
respect to what it is.
Absolutely. Like, so for me, I look at it. So the topic came from a couple different things. There was a situation where a friend of mine and I were having a conversation.
Okay.
And he was extending his opinion, and I received it, but it went a little too far. And I felt like you don't get to tell me how to move. You can have an opinion about something, but for you to be like, you need to, da-da-da, whoa.
So his opinion has a limit?
His opinion, no, it's the relaying of the opinion. Like, I feel like there's a way, like I can comment, or I can have an opinion about your relationship, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm not in your relationship.
No.
So there's a limit to what, in my opinion, there's a limit to what I say and or how I say it. So as not to be offensive and or judgmental or create tension between you and I based on my opinion.
But depending on the type of person I am, I could feel as if you can't say diddly squat. Or
Very
I'm
true.
automatically offended.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So there's a limit. No?
There isn't. I don't think that would fall like on the. What, something happened?
No, I'm
just watching.
Yeah.
I don't think that would like fall into the grounds of like limit wise. Like if I don't know, that just seems. I don't have the words for it right now, but that's not a limit. Like, because that's kind of like me saying, "Oh, you can't speak on anything that I do." Like, it's more so like, who are you? It gives off that. Like, if you say something about my relationship, and I'm like, well, who are you to say anything about this? Like, you don't, like, what am I saying? You don't have the right, you don't have the experience, you don't have the knowledge. No, it's like, that's not a limit. Like, again, that would be me putting a limit on your opinion and what you have to say. But if you got an opinion, if you got something to say about my relationship, and if we're friends, as a friend, I should allow you to express yourself and say what you have to say.
Right, but to me, I feel like you can express yourself and you can say what you need to say. However, you need to know that there's a line. I think it's human decency to have a line.
But you don't know that line until you get to that
potentially.
line. Because if you say, hey, I want to talk to you about your relationship, I'm going to say, well, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about this, and this.
Well, there's my limits.
But go ahead and tell me what you got to say.
All of my conversation had to do with all of those, so I'm going to go ahead and say less.
But no one does that.
Right.
You know?
No. But I just think that there's, again, I feel like there is, if I have an opinion about your relationship, because that's what we led with. If I have an opinion about your relationship, for me, I'm already setting, for just because of who I am, right? I'm setting a limit on what I say.
Mm-hmm. So you have to limit yourself.
How I say it.
Yes, because I don't know anything.
Right.
So I can't tell you
but
what you're
but I know you as my friend.
Right.
And maybe that's the part that I should lead with, is that you have to know your limits with different people. Like,
yes.
I know that being the extent of the relationship that you, not extent. Yeah, the extent of the relationship, like, you guys have been together for a while. You guys are married. I'm not putting myself in married people's business. Now, if you come to me and ask me my opinion, different story.
Right.
But I'm not just going to come to you and be like, Ramont, I think that da-da-da-da-da.
If I ask you for your opinion, can I limit the opinion in which you give me?
No, I don't think so. No. If you ask for my opinion. If you ask me my opinion and it gets to a place where you're uncomfortable or you can say, hey, okay, I'm good. I got what I needed from you. Okay, cool. Then I'm done. But like, I think that it's a difference between, I don't feel as limited in giving my opinion to someone, a friend of mine that's dating someone, right? That's getting to know someone. Like, I just had a friend of mine come to me, and here's another little thing, let me slide this in. I didn't realize this. A good friend of mine, Will Caldwell, told me one time, a long time ago, that when you do certain, like when you get into entertainment, like podcasting, your life becomes...
I remember him saying that.
Yeah, it becomes part of your work.
It becomes part of your material.
Yeah.
We don't use it, but...
Well, I'm using it now.
Oh.
But I'm not using names. So a friend of mine recently came to me about a situation, and he was just basically like, hey, this is the situation I'm in. Yeah, and I was like, here is my opinion. Like, I don't even know if he asked, but I did give my opinion. But I felt like there was no limit to that because it was a relationship situation, but it wasn't a solidified. It wasn't that they were together. It was like, I'm embarking upon this situation and I don't know how I'm gonna move. And I'm like, well, this is what I would do. This is how I feel, da, 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 da. I felt like there was no limit to what I could say because there was no establishment in that situation. There was nothing established that would be offensive, in my opinion. Now, had he said, okay, look, I didn't ask you for your opinion, so say less, I would respect that. But again, on the other side, like with you, I wouldn't come to you and be like, I think you indeed, da, 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 da. Like, I think there's a limit. There's a limit because you guys are married. There's not much I can say.
Let's rewind it to a little bit more layman's term before we get into the weeds of things itself. So let's do something as simple as it's a limit to your alcohol consumption. It's a limit to how you drive. It's a limit to...
Don't talk about my driving if you're in my car. Now, if I'm driving your vehicle, say whatever you want to say, but do not talk about there's a limit. Don't talk about my driving in my vehicle.
So I can't point out the speed limit while you driving?
No, thank you.
I can't point out that limit that the government has put in place?
I'm aware. I'm driving. I got it. Like, I think that is a limit for me.
Okay.
And don't change my radio. I think that's another limit.
I don't know your car like that, so I can't. I feel like if I'm gonna push a button, the bitch gonna stop. Cause I don't know your car, so I'll be scared. I don't touch nothing. I know the window button. That's about it.
Put your hands in your lap and just ride.
Cause you got a mouth situation, then you got a hand situation, you got a touch screen. I don't know. I'm gonna hear something, the bitch that's gonna cut off, and it might not start back up. I don't know.
It might not start back up.
I don't know how this car operates. I ain't touching shit. But it's a limit to the people you hang around. Like, but who's monitoring these limits? Is it me, myself? Like, let's take drinking because we have drinks when we're here. So am I to say I'll tell you, I know my limit. I know how many drinks I can have, but it depends on what kind of liquor it is.
Right.
It varies. Or is it my friends, they be like, so last night, you had one too many, and that's not the first time you did it, so now I'm concerned. Like,
I think you should know your limits. I think that it starts with you, starts with self. I think that it's important to surround yourself with people that care about you genuinely and are able to have that conversation with you in a way that makes you aware, is not coming at you or attacking you, but just making you aware of what they see. I've been in situations where in my head, I'm good. We're talking about drinking. I'm good.
We all have.
Right. But then I've talked about it. I think I've talked about it before. I got a DUI once. So I wasn't as good as I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? Not just because I got a DUI, but what led to that. I was drinking. I had more than I should have. I was above the legal drinking limit. I was driving in a way that got me pulled over. So that I need to check myself. So someone coming to me and saying, hey, like you said, you had one too many and this happened and da-da-da-da, I'm concerned. My initial thought was, oh, are you saying I have a drinking problem? But no, I think that it's
concern
just,
at the end of it. I could tell you, hey, you had one too many yesterday. This is what happened. You may not remember. But once I throw in, I'm concerned, bitch.
And that's what I'm saying. Because, again, we've all been there. But I think that when it's excessive, that's for me.
What's your excessive limit?
For me, more than a couple times.
What's more than a couple times?
3.
more than 3
A
times.
couple is 2.
You gotta put a number on this limit. No, don't, bitch.
What's more than a couple? 3. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry. No, but seriously, so I feel like
some people need a number. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
That's
you
what I'm
just
saying.
can't. Because if I can say a few, they're like, well, what the fuck is a few? I can say 10. Like,
so I'm saying if you and I go out and every time we go
but
out,
is it consecutive?
I mean,
Like every time we go out, but we haven't been out in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like it happened this one time. I ain't going out with you.
If it happened this time and then 3 weeks later it happens again and then a week or 2 later it happens again, I'm be like, friend, every time I see you, you get a little.
It's you.
Well, maybe
Maybe I feel like I gotta drink to keep up with you.
I don't drink like that. I'm responsible when I drink now.
Because I be like, it don't happen with anybody else I'm with. Why does it only happen when I'm with you?
Those are not your real friends, and they're not telling you. That's why. You're a good time girlfriend for them. I'm your real friend.
Or you're a party pooper. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think that there's. I mean,
like when you're discussing, like these are like the things in which you would have to put into like place and bring up, like unless you're like keeping an accurate account of everything that's going on, because that would be the conversation, that would be the argument as you're discussing like what my limit should be.
But I don't think it necessarily has to be an argument because
discussion.
I think that maybe when you come to someone with that, I think that you have to lead with care and concern. Mm-hmm. It's not that I'm coming at you about what you're doing. I'm coming to you about what I've witnessed because I care about you. Mm-hmm. Like again, and I hate it, but
you have to know your audience.
True. I feel like with all of my friends, I would have to approach it differently for each person.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like if I came to you and was like, Ramont, I feel like every time we go out, you get a little too lit and da-da-da-da-da. You'd be like, okay, and I'm going to be like, but no, I'm really concerned. Well, I don't know why you're concerned. I could see the conversation. I don't think that you would be receptive. You wouldn't be as receptive because I think that you feel like you're always in control. And the reality of the situation is that hasn't happened, so it's hard to really think about having that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because it hasn't happened.
And then you also, it's a sad thing to think this way, but it's also people where they got to learn on their own. But you don't want to deal with more so the guilt of, well, I told them. Because
right.
you're always thinking about the worst case scenario.
Right.
But, like, maybe you need to run your car up on a curve one night and fuck up your axle, and now you gotta get a whole new car because you were that drunk. Maybe that's the lesson. I ain't gonna go that far. Or maybe you fell up your steps and bust your lip, and like now your face fucked up. So maybe that's the lesson you need to learn too. And you like, bitch, I fell up the set. Like I told you was drinking too much.
Too much, right?
Like some people, they just gotta learn on their own.
True. I mean, again, and maybe that goes
some
back
of them,
to But I still, I
think maybe you got to trip them coming out the club because they've been drinking. They just go, oh my god, friend, look how drunk you are. You can't even walk right.
You know what it was for me. There's videos because we love a good video.
They're not posted.
I actually posted it today. It was show a time when you were drunk. And I didn't show the whole video.
Is that when you like had a drink and you rolled your eyes?
Yes. I didn't show that part. I showed a happier moment in that.
Well, damn, I'm sorry.
In that moment, I
not you cropped the video.
But like, it was, I saw myself in that video and I was just like, I don't like that. I don't like seeing myself like that. So I know my limit. So I limit how much I drink. I try to.
It's funny every time you bartend, you be like, I don't ever want to get drunk again.
Because these motherfuckers be out here looking crazy.
And that's when I argue with people as far as their limit goes. Like when I'm bartending, I be like, let me get another one.
Yeah, just like that event we did, and that older gentleman was just like, and he was relentless. And it's almost like, let me give it to you so you get out my face. But then at the same time, it's like I
gave him juice.
Right, but then he came back and was like, you ain't but no look at this. Like, I was like, sir, I didn't make it. Like, blame him. But I wasn't giving him no money.
Yeah, and I told you about the other guy that fussed me out. I was just like, I'll make your drink when you have a bottle of water with me.
Right.
Like I said, that's it. And it was like one of the little ones too. I was like, just drink the water with me. I just want to, make sure you're good. I know my fucking limit. I don't need you to tell.
Point. You don't know your limits. Sometimes you need somebody to reel you in
and it's just
pull
like,
you back.
Okay.
So do you feel like you know your limits? Do you feel like there is a limit? I mean, we're talking about drinking. We're talking about having conversations with friends. But like in general.
I do feel there is a moment when I'm just like, whoa. I need to stop. Like I'm done drinking. Like
mm-hmm.
don't give me another one. I'm good. Like I'm good. Like I know when to say no. I'm not. The only time I think that I will drink is if we're in the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But even that gets a little scary because if we're in one location and everybody has to go to their respective.
No. I'm saying like I'm here and I'm staying here.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not moving. That's what I'm saying.
Got you.
Like we can go have another round because I'm gonna be on that couch. I'm gonna be knocked out.
Yeah, I get it.
But if I know I have to drive, no, I'm good. Like I'm done.
And that's kind of where I am. And that's again what made me think of it because we went to an event. And when I got there, I felt like everyone was a little tipsy. And I was just like, okay, this is a lot. And so then it was like, oh, we're going to all take shots. And I was like, okay, cool. I can take a few shots. Like, I know my limit.
Yeah.
So I took a shot. And then I was like, these people is getting drunk. And I was like, I don't know what they drinking, but I'm not drinking that. So literally, I was filling my cup up with water the entire night. Because I just felt like I needed to be in a sober mind in the event that anything went left, regardless of what it was. So again, knowing my limit, knowing that I'm not in a space to be drunk, and then I was driving. So you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. I just think it's important for people to know their limits with drinking not specifically, but drinking is a big one. But then again, also your limits with people. Like you can't, like even the customer service, like there was only so much for me that I was going to do, and I wasn't going to act a complete ass.
For me, when you said you got in your car and then you went back in, I feel as if that was above the limit in which I've known for you.
But I didn't go in on no rah-rah. I went in on the strength of...
I've never known you to do that. Like you
I was
said,
bothered. I was triggered.
Like
Ramont, when
honestly,
I tell you...
probably, if I was with you, I would have stopped you.
Probably. And I probably
because I would have been like that. Like that's not you.
Yeah, I was bothered.
Just let it go.
I did now
because they offered you a free meal and you didn't take it, so you should have just stayed in your car.
But I just felt like
we could have had a coupon.
I felt like
so now we all hungry because of you.
Like just I'm gonna give you a free meal. No, that's not what it's about.
But what about us?
We wasn't together. We weren't there. But no. Dang, I feel bad now. Kind of. No, I don't.
What about us, Effie?
I felt what I felt in the moment that I felt it.
Clearly, so, and when nobody there to stop you.
No.
And that's the worst part. When nobody there to stop you.
I'm trying to think
where was the person that you were talking to in your AirPod?
Texas.
Was they gone by then? Did you say I'm gonna call? Did you?
No, actually, to be perfectly honest with you, he was like, "Why are you going back inside?"
We know your limits.
I got something to say.
We know your limits.
But I didn't go in there and no rah-rah. I went in there because I just felt disrespected. But again, you're right. I could have said less. I could have. But I feel like because I didn't go in there and no rah-rah, I was okay.
What was your intention?
To let the manager know the type of service that I received. Because I said what I said to the young man.
Should have put it on Yelp like everybody else.
You know my Yelp review.
And I was the one like, did you do a Yelp review? You probably didn't do it.
I didn't. I don't be thinking about that until after.
Well, yeah, that's when it usually happens after. But yeah,
but I'm
that's
gonna
what
do
you
it.
have to do.
Look, I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah,
it's not too late because I still remember everything that happened.
You can write it. You can plug this audio. You want me to crop it out for you? Yes. And they say our audio attachment.
So I went in there and I was standing there. Yes, I have my AirPod in, but no. But I think it's important to know. And again, it's important. Like even, let's take it a step further. Is there a limitation for me?
Like, I know what limit I can... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
For me, there's a limit to how comfortable I am having conversation with my mother. Meaning, like, I don't curse in front of my mother. Like, this podcast is an exception because she really don't listen anyway.
Slip up sometimes.
And I feel, but again,
But I feel like she do too.
not this contemplation. But no, I don't do that. I don't drink heavily in front of my mother. There's certain limits that I'm just not gonna do.
As soon as my mother pick up a drink, who gonna take you home? That's like, who? Young lady, who's taking you? I ain't taking you home. How you gonna get home?
Not young lady. So, but yeah, I think that there just has to be limits. There has to be limits. You have to know your own limits. And that's with...
And try to gauge the limits of the people on what you're talking to.
Potentially.
There are certain limits I won't go there with you on.
Like what?
I don't know.
Because I feel like you don't have no breaks.
We've never had a full-blown... Yeah.
No, I don't think I've had that with any of my friends. Like a real...
No. But other people, I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
I
Start.
Like, right.
Start.
And with that, I'm no breaks. Just put it, go, what's up? Like, I don't have and I think that goes to you caring. Like, you have to care about the relationship, or you have to have an invested interest in the situation to have a limit. Because if you don't...
It depends on where I'm at. Like, I wouldn't disrespect someone's house on the strength of how I feel about someone else. Like, if I get into something like, no, I'm in my friend's house. Like, I would know my limit.
There was a time I was at this house party and this boy was he wasn't talking mess. I felt like he was talking mess. And like you, I said, this is somebody else's house and I'm not going to act a fool in somebody else's house. So I say, bring your ass outside. He was like, what's up? Come outside, because I'm not going to disrespect his house. Come outside. And then I had he never came outside, and it was a whole different situation. Then I was in the 757. This was a few years ago. And this guy, we had gotten into it.
That's Virginia for the civilian listeners. Go ahead.
Anyways, so me and this guy had gotten into it. Well, we had a disagreement. And he was like, he literally told me, so I'm not going to fight you in this house. He said, so bring your ass outside and let's go around the corner. And I was like...
Around the corner?
I said, what? So I ain't no bitch. So I was like, all right, bet. So put my shoes on. I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, what's up? Because if you're that mad and you want to fight it out, let's fight it out. We get around the corner. He was like, I just don't understand why. I thought we were here to fight. Like, why are we talking? It was weird. But he had a limit. He wasn't going to attack me in someone's house.
Verbally.
Yeah, it ended up being a hold up. Like, but it was interesting. So again, I guess we can agree.
We can.
That there's limits.
There are limits. It's a time, place, person, thing.
Exactly. But again, I want to resolve and say that I think it's on the person. You have to know. You should know your limits.
Like, we know you don't like water. Bodies of water.
Big bodies. Mm-hmm.
So there are certain limits in which we would push you around big bodies of water.
What do you mean? Like, literally push me? Or are you talking about
push your limits?
Okay, gotcha.
How comfortable you are limits.
I think it's more...
Yeah, we push your comfortable limits.
I think that you guys will... This is how I feel. I might be wrong. But I feel like when it comes to water, this is what we're going to do. You do what's comfortable for you. Whether it's sitting on the boat watching us, getting a life jacket and jumping in.
But when you decide I'm going to jump in, we encourage you.
Collective.
But if you say, you know what, fuck this, I changed my mind, we be like, okay.
9 times out of 10, I'm changing my mind.
But I would, like, me pushing your limit would be literally pushing you in to a body of water. I would never do that.
And we would not be friends if anyone ever.
But the other people be down there. What you scared for?
Listen, that's
It's
not
that initial shock.
Ain't no initial nothing. It's the disrespect.
It's that part right there. He'll never forget. Your whole life flashed before your eyes.
I don't have that video of me jumping in the 15
15
minutes it took me to jump in the water.
That was a whole coaching session. Everybody down there waiting on you.
Literally. And I don't know why I couldn't do it. Anyways. So look, before we go, because I feel like we've ended things. So again, it comes down to knowing your limits. And if you don't know your limits, have a conversation with whomever to ensure that limits are understood and not
and it comes with self-evaluation. And like Reese said, like, know your friends and you can ask your friends, hey, if you feel as if something was off with you, just, hey, was I a little bit different? Like, was I a little bit drunk? Now, and if y'all were all drunk that night, don't ask that person.
Yeah, but to your point, so the conversation that I mentioned that I had with my friend about this situation that he's embarking upon, the next morning I woke up and I was like, I felt like I was like, maybe I was a lot judgmental based on my experience. And so I did reach out and I was like, hey, this wasn't my intent. I apologize if I stepped over a boundary, da-da-da-da. And he was like, no, I didn't feel that way, but I appreciate it, da-da-da-da. So again, it's if you feel like you crossed the limit, say something. Because I think it's all about clarity. I think that you have to have clarity and understanding to have successful relationships.
Absolutely.
So the one thing that I want to apologize to our listeners about is the fact that the last uploaded YouTube, for whatever reason...
Oh, yeah, cut off.
Yeah,
I think I know what it was.
Oh, okay.
I think I found out what it was. So we probably won't have any issues this time.
Okay. So, but for that, people were asking... the question, because it stopped at the questions that we were asking.
Oh, so we gotta take it from the top?
Take it from the top. So we're gonna ask. So I came up because you know how you want to know your friends. Like, you know some things about your friends, you don't know other things about their friends. So I was like, let me ask my friend some things that I don't know about him. Let's see if you have the same answers now, though.
I probably will. I hope I do.
Okay, Tamia or Tony Braxton?
Tamia.
Your most bought item from Starbucks?
It's the...
It might have changed because it was a couple weeks ago.
No, because I still ordered. It's the cold brew coffee with a salted vanilla foam, and I do like 5 shots of cinnamon dolce and vanilla, I want to say, and 2 shots of espresso.
You should do the ristretto shots. I know I mentioned that.
Yeah, you mentioned that last
time.
time.
I love them. They're so good. Okay, least favorite color?
Green.
You were unsure last time, I think.
I was?
I think so.
I think I said green.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You might have come to green. Your favorite restaurant?
Capitol Grill.
I think you did say that. And your dream vacation destination?
Bali.
Okay, I think you said Bali too. So here's today's questions.
Okay.
So this came from a viewer. I'm not going to say who. Would you attend a wedding of a friend if you didn't support the relationship, their relationship?
Mm-hmm. I was invited.
You would go to the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I feel like if I didn't support the union, I'd go to the reception.
It depends on if I'm able to make it. Traffic could have happened. I could have had a wardrobe malfunction, but I'm there.
At the reception?
Oh, like y'all want to hear their nuptials or their vows or whatever.
Nuptials. Num.
If I was invited, yes, I'll go.
Okay.
I would go.
All right. So if you had to get plastic surgery, what would you get? What procedure would you get done?
We discussed that. What did I say?
We did. I don't know if we discussed it on here because I don't.
We didn't discuss it in here, but what did I say? Probably like maybe like a facelift or Botox.
So you're thinking later.
Oh, okay, well give me Botox then. I do
Where?
Botox now. You put Botox in your forehead and stuff.
Nothing's
Or
wrong with
you
your
put Botox.
forehead.
I was gonna put Botox anywhere. These days.
What is your favorite season?
Spring.
Why?
One is my birthday. Duh.
The way that you had to think about it, I was just like,
And it's equivalent to fall, just a hotter fall. It's just a hotter fall.
It is. Because I was thinking mine is fall. I like fall because I like the
They're
layers.
both the same. You have your cool moments. It can give hoodie and shorts. Like it can go either way. Like there's a rainy part in spring. There's a cold part. It may snow in the fall. I mean, it may or may not. So yeah, I like spring.
Hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
That is a question that I ask when I'm getting to know someone, typically. But I honestly thought you would say hugs because I don't think that you're a kissy person. Mm-hmm. My last question. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Accusing me of doing or saying something that I'm not.
That you didn't say or do?
Uh-huh.
What if they thought you did it? You just don't like being accused?
I have the biggest fucking attitude.
Okay.
And I've been that way since a child. Like if you say, I know you know, and I'm telling you I wasn't, and you don't, it's more so like you're not believing me. So it's just like, so now you don't believe me.
That's interesting. I would feel like you would be like, okay, whatever.
It depends on who it's coming from.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Those are all the questions that I have for you today.
Oh, good.
I do want to tell all of the people it's cuffing season.
Oh my God.
I am actively participating this year.
Opposed to not participating?
I mean, I'm doing my scouting right now. So scouting is August 1st through the 31st. So I'm scouting. I really don't know how this works though. Because I'm scouting and then drafting. What is drafting?
So scouting is
looking for prospects.
You're looking for prospects.
I got one on my radar.
So let me see. Let me break it down for you. I shouldn't be the one doing this, but this is sad. So drafting is you basically picked who you wanted. Like, okay, these are the
good prospects.
Right.
Okay.
So tryouts we're going on dates. I'm trying you out.
Tryouts are, wait, when is that? October. Okay.
So there you're actively dating. So for 31 days, y'all have to do it. Y'all gonna go to dinner. Y'all gonna go do an activity.
But this is more than one person, right? I ain't gotta be.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is more than
it's
one
only
person.
one right now. Mm-hmm. But.
Right. So preseason, it's a little tricky. Preseason is
all these dates.
Well,
change.
You know what? Because preseason falls in November, so now we're getting to events.
Let me pause you because.
Something you ain't gonna do.
It got down to cuffing season. What is cuffing season? Because I need to move everything up because my birthday's in January. I need to,
so somewhere between
my championship game needs to be around January versus February. I need a whole month. So I guess I'm starting late.
I mean, you can speed things up.
Okay.
But you need to figure out what schedule they're operating on because remember, if it's cuffing season for you, same thing for them. Y'all mean. Be on the same time schedule. Russell, fuck yourself up, friend. So instead of asking hugs or kisses, are you at drafting the drop?
And on that note, thank you guys for listening to another episode of A Little R&R Podcast. We will be back in a couple weeks with a new episode. And yeah.
Have a good one.
Hit us with your messages, your comments, and your questions, and all of that.
Bye-bye.
Keep you guys home.
Hey guys, it's your boy Ramont.
And I'm Reese. Check us out at A Little R&R Podcast.
You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and all your podcast streaming services.